Hey guys, and welcome back. So it has been a while since I've been, doing my videos, as it were. Um, and I haven't really planned out what I was gonna do, but something's come up that I'm interested in giving a go. Um, so this is the start of it. But just to bring you up to speed. So if you have been watching regularly, which at the moment there aren't that many anyway, but um, I was overseas for about 2 weeks, and when I returned, um, my unfortunately my computer it it wasn't working. So I've had to. That's been in the shop for. That was in the shop for about a week as well, because they took a long time to do what ended up being a simple fix, which was a bit annoying. But and then I guess you can't really do anything about that, and we move on. Which means that the Viking model that I was doing, um, I didn't get to finish in time for the competition, which is a shame. I will be finishing that off now that I have a bit more time. I'll probably work on it a bit more and make it a bit more detailed. Um, so yeah, you probably won't see the texture for that at least for a while, and I do plan on getting back into some Full Metal Combat stuff as well, but I want to do a couple of things before I start that, um, or at least I'll be working on it. I'll be working on it in my own time and recording this. And when I'm recording this, rather, I'll be doing some of my own projects rather than the Full Metal Combat stuff. Um, and yeah, so and yesterday was a public holiday. And I know that doesn't really give me any reason to not do a video, but I've been installing programs and what have you, so I wasn't quite ready to start that. So yeah, but here we are now. It's Tuesday the 7th, and we're gonna work on this. So I just wanted to bring up, explain what it is. It's The reason I'm doing this is um, during my first year or second year? Second year, must have been second year. So during my second year of the course that I did, my 3D design and animation course at Quantum, we had to do a character model. It was the first character model we'd ever done properly with proper rig and animation, and I chose sort of like a Tyranid character from the Warhammer series. So this is the first ever character model that I did, and as you can see, it's pretty bad. Um, and there's a lot. There's a lot that's wrong with it. Um, and so a couple of years after, I learnt Mudbox and decided to do a Mudbox sculpt and bake onto a model. Unfortunately, I haven't found the picture yet of the model um, with the normal maps on it, but I did the sculpt in Mudbox, and this was 3 years after, so 2010, and that's sort of at the stage where I was 3 years after my course, um, which is, back then it was pretty cool because I'd never done any sculpting stuff before. Um, but now I'd like to, 4 years after that, 2014, I'd like to do another one. So that's why I just started off with a sort of S shape base mesh to start us off, because making a sphere and shaping this is pointless when I can just make a very um, a very basic shape. But yeah, so I'm going to try and do a better sculpt than the 2010 one and see how I've progressed through that. So I actually do have a model, something I painted up quite a while ago. So here it is. This is the Carnifex that I was modeling off. Oh, excuse me. I have to cut that out. So this is actually the okay. It's not quite the same, but this was the thought behind it. I didn't have the stacks. It was more of a smooth back panel. Tyranid, the tongue's obviously a lot shorter, but it had extra tusks on it and more eyes and plainer sort of head piece as well, but still had the four arms with the claws, which are very disproportionate to this. So, and the legs, which again are very disproportionate to the model. But now that I actually have a physical reference and some images as well that I'll be using, hopefully this one will turn out a lot better, really. So I guess actually I'll bring up the picture. This is a picture I'm using one of the pictures I'll be using for reference. So I guess I'll explain the parts that I'll be doing. So the part that I've made now will be from the bottom of the tail up to the neck, which you can't really see that well, but it sort of ends, if you can imagine this part here, this cage here, ending there. So I'll build that as one piece, and then all these carapace parts, so as separate pieces. The arms will be separate, and the claws will be separate. The head will be a separate piece, and eyes and teeth, obviously, and tongue. And probably I'll do one piece that has all the claws on it as well. I'm not gonna have a gun. It'll be the four claws. So just to keep in with the style that I've had, so four arms, and then the four claws for this one. So we'll go four arms. Although one of the parts is actually these massive claws, so I might have the large sort of scythe arms on the top like this, and the big sort of crusher claws. Can't remember what their name is in the codex, but the sort of crusher claws on the bottom. I guess the legs might be separate as well, but we'll see. And I don't know what I do for the tail. I like this, but there are some other variants that are a bit more angry, and I don't quite like this head. Although it's interesting, but there'll be better ones. I'll probably choose an asymmetrical head, just so that I can do some asymmetrical parts onto it as well. So I guess that's what we'll be looking at starting tomorrow, but I'll leave it here. So hopefully you've had a very good sort of almost a month, I guess, close to a month. So hopefully nothing too horrible has happened during that month, and you've had either good working life, school, college, whatever you're doing currently, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Alright, cheers guys.